We're back. So today's title is how I lost on a winning trade. And then we're going to do some FX replay as well because this loss purely came to lack of data. Um, and yeah, so we're just going to hide all this quick. So coming into today, this gap looks so free, right? This hourly gap. Alexa, stop. Is it gonna? Alright, bet. Yeah, this gap looks so free. The fact that we swept these lows, we're in a daily gap here actually. It's a bit more clear on ES. This hourly gap looks so free, and the fact we was in a daily gap, it was like, bro, we're obviously going here. That didn't happen, and we spotted that it didn't happen, but we closed early due to a couple of things. So I'll give you that little recap now. So these were like my annotations. It was in a daily gap. We swept out previous week low. Obviously got this lower day here, but we opened very bullish, 7 a.m. Pretty crazy. Don't even know what happened at 7. I can't lie. Um, so yeah, we was kind of chopping low key. Like looking back at this is just chop, but yeah, man. We still kind of cooked, but not really. So 9:30 opens here. Now what we was looking at straight away, obviously we've got this hourly gap here. We then put in this low post half 9. We then print this gap. So what we're saying is, if we can get a displacement out of this gap, we're good to short off of that. Obviously, we come up. We do get this candle, but we didn't displace out. This wasn't really enough for me because we've just had a massive push. We just had 80-point push. That's a 23-point candle. That's not enough. And then we actually do this, wick down. I think we actually inverse on 940. Yeah. So we inverse this gap for 940. So I wanted to see something like this. Displace, and then we're going higher. So this is what I wanted to see on here, because we took a trade like that last week and it played out. Literally the exact same setup. We had a bias, it got inversed, we came down, displaced out, hit TP, and I mean it hit now. But one thing is we had 1 2 minute cons on. So when we displaced here, to be fair, I could have argued this wasn't good enough because the wick. But yeah. When we're displaced here, I do not want to see two displacement candles heading lower. I know we've got a safe stop, but it's not fully safe because it's not a low inside a gap. So this is kind of my psychology. It was kind of psychology today, but a safe stop loss is something like this. Because if we come down to this low, then we're clearly not heading higher because we're in a gap. We've retraced the leg, so it'll probably look like something like this. We've rebalanced his leg. So this was not a protected, well, it was the protected low, but it's not inside a gap. Um, Now, normally, okay, well, the first week that I was in green, I wouldn't have taken this. Only take trades out of gaps. Whereas last week I did shoot a trade from an inverse with displacement and it played. So that's kind of why we was looking at this. Um, and when we come here, where do we exit? This right here was like minus 300. So I was not willing to lose all the profits I made last week and the week before on some, some model that I haven't really tested too much. I've only tested it once live. So when we retraced a bit up, we closed for like a $220 loss, which for me, just below 1%. So I'm happy with that. Um, okay, we did win and we did get the buyers right, but this is not what you want to see after displacing. If we're calling this displacement, which I would argue is decent, this wick kind of okay. It's not great. Maybe in future we'll only take counters like this. Um, we're not really with a wick at the top, but the trade played out. Like I would have won. Um, so basically, it was mainly psychology. I was up 2 minute cons. Can't lie, I had um, if I had played this trade, probably would have passed the funded account as I only need like 350. And let's see. So 56 points was about $300. So this was 90. So yeah, I definitely would have passed with this, but I just closed early because I'm not losing more than 1% on like something I haven't got enough data with. So yeah, I mean it did win. So technically I'm a winner today, but psychologically I was not allowing myself to do that. As soon as I closed out, I locked myself out of the trade debate and I just watched. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna see we can hide. We just want to hide this. I'm gonna see if there was a normal entry, like a 5 minute um, kind of model that I normally take.